Good day. I want us to consider another topic today, and that topic is quadratic equation. But we have different methods of solving quadratic equation. We have the method of factorization. We have the method of completing the square and graphical method. But today I want to consider solving quadratic equation by completing the square method. So I'm using the example. We want to solve the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 using completing the square method. As you can see, this ax square plus bx is a general quadratic equation, and it will interest you to know that when we solve this, our well-known almighty formula will be the result that we are going to get after solving this using completing the square method. So let's start and see how we approach this. Solution. So we want to solve ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So the first step we are going to take is to move the constant, which is plus c, to the other side of the equation. That is the first step. So when we do that, we have ax square plus bx equal to, this is already 0. If we move this one there, it becomes minus c. 0 is insignificant, it's nothing, so I won't put it. So the next step, this is bx. So the next step is to make sure that coefficient of x square is 1. But as we can see, the coefficient of x square here is not 1. It is what? Is a. So we are going to remove that a by dividing with what? With the same a, so that they will cancel out. And anything we do to the term ax square, we are going to do it to other terms in the quadratic equation. So dividing through, since we are dividing every term, so we are going to divide through the equation, dividing through by a. So that will give us ax square divided by a plus bx divided by a, they equal to minus c divided by a. So after this step, so we are going to cancel a will cancel, then that gives us x square, and now the coefficient of x square is 1. That is what we are looking for. So b over a x equal to what? Minus c over a. So the next step that we are going to do, we are going to look at the coefficient of x, and we are going to do something to the coefficient of x. That is the next step. After we have ensured that coefficient of x squared is 1, then the next thing we are going to consider is the coefficient of x, which is b over a. Whatever the coefficient of x is, we are going to divide it by 2, and whatever it gives us, we are going to square it. So in this place now, the coefficient of x is what? Is plus b over a. So we are going to divide it by 2, and dividing it by 2 is like changing division to times and multiply by the reciprocal of 2, which is 1 over 2. So we are going to do multiplication, which is 1 over 2. Then we square. After you have divided by 2, which is the same as times 1 over 2, you square the result. So when you square the result, it's going to be plus b times 1 is going to be plus b. I'm still putting the plus, it's very important. Then a times 2, we have 2a, then square. So this is now what we are going to add to both sides of the equation. So let me add it to this side first. S square plus b over ax, then adding it to this side first, which is plus b over 2a, then I square it, then equal to, I'm adding it to minus c over a. So I want it to be in front so that the negative will follow. So I will write it first before minus c over a. So it's going to be plus b over 2a square, then minus c over a. So let me clean this because this side might be needed in the course of solving this problem. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do after you have added to both sides, at this side of the equation you are going to pick s, those terms that are square, you pick them, put them in bracket and square them together. So x is squared, I'm going to pick x, they will be in bracket. Let me open the bracket. I'm going to pick x plus b over 2a squared. That is why I maintain this plus, let it go with it. So that plus is this plus b over 2a, then I'll close bracket. I'm going to square both of them together instead of carrying their individual square and squaring them together. The implication of this is that if you expand this, you are going to have all this back. Okay, so we now have equal to, so this one represents everything now, equal to b squared. This square is affecting both numerator and denominator. So let me square the numerator. B squared is the same thing as what? Plus b squared is the same thing as b squared plus b times plus b. That is what? Plus times plus is plus, then b squared is b. Then the denominator now, 2a squared. So we are taking them one after the other. 2 square is 4. 2 square means 2 times 2, which is 4. Then a square, we have a square, then minus c over a. That is this. So the next thing we are going to do is we ensure that we finish this side. These are two fractions. Let's make sure that it's a single fraction before we touch anything at this side. So we are going to leave this one and concentrate on this. So let's continue. We have x plus b over 2a, everything square, equal to, now this is 4a square, this is b square over 4a square, this is minus c over a. So what is this? The LCM of 4a square and a is 4a square, is 4a square. So now since the LCM is 4a square, it means something has multiplied this to give you this, because this is what is presenting the denominator of the two of them. So now this one has changed to this, something has multiplied this to give you this. Since they are the same, it means it's one that can multiply this to give you this. So that one will multiply b square. So 1 times b square will give us what? B square. So something has multiplied this a, because this a has changed to 4a square. It has been multiplied by something to give us 4a square, and that thing that multiplied 4a, that number that multiplied 4a to give us 4a square is 4a. So that 4a multiplying this, you must do it to what is the numerator, because it has changed the denominator to this. The numerator will also change. So what multiply it is 4a, it must multiply 4c too. So it now become minus 4a times c, that will give us 4ac. So now the next thing is to remove this square. To remove square, we need square root. So we are going to find the square root of both sides. So what we do to this to remove this square, we must do it to the other side. Otherwise, the equation will not be balanced. Whatever we do to the right hand side of the equation must be done to the left hand side of the equation. So we find the square root of both sides. It's square root that can remove square, and square will remove square root. So we have x plus b over 2a, then square, equal to, we find the square root of these two, square root of b square minus 4ac everything over what? 4a square. So this square root will cancel square. So we are having x minus b plus b over 2a. Since it has cancelled, I don't need this bracket. It has cancelled, the bracket is gone. So which will now be equal to, remember this is square, this is a quadratic equation, it must have two answers. So you are going to put in front of this plus or minus. There should be plus or minus, so let that plus or minus come down, because it has, quadratic equation has two answers. That is the reason why you must put plus or minus here. You are having two answers. So now we have b square minus 4ac over what? 4a square. So let's go and continue. I'll take this up, I'll continue from up. So let me bring what we have there. We have x minus plus b over 2a plus b over 2a, which is equal to square root of b square minus 4ac over 4a square. That is the last thing we have at the other side. You can see it, but let's bring plus or minus. So now let's continue from here. So what we are going to do now, let's finish this side. There is, we are going to give the numerator and denominator at this side. We are going to give them a separate square root. So giving them a separate square root, we are going to have plus or minus square root of b square, square root of b square minus 4ac over square root of 4a square. So this will now give us x square. Sorry, this is x here, not s square. So this will give us x plus b over 2a equal to plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac. Then look at square root of this. We can find square root of 4. So square root of 4 is 2. Square root of a square, square root will cancel square, is remaining what? A. So now we can now move this one. Since it's x we are looking for, x is the unknown, so we are going to move this plus b over 2a to the other side. So we now have, we are going to have x is equal to plus b over, no, when it crosses it's going to be negative, rather it's going to be negative. So we have to have minus b over 2a, then plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. So when it crosses it has become negative. So now if you look at the denominator, is the same. We have two fractions here, minus b over 2a, then plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Since they have the same denominator, so you give them single denominator, then you now have minus b plus or minus then square root of what? B square minus what? 4ac. And this is our almighty formula. This is the end of this. So when you follow this procedure, when you are asked to solve any quadratic equation using completing the square method, if you follow this procedure, you are going to solve it without any inches. So I want us to help me and like it, subscribe, then you share it so as to encourage us to continue giving you what you need. Thank you.